The video just started itself. Yeah, so I just have some cards out here. I'm just going to read the messages on the cards and call it a day. It seemed like it's a message that needed to come out. So I'm just going to call out the cards. You put together the story wherever, however. But bottom of the deck, we have God is God is in charge. Underneath that, it says the situation is already resolved. We did get the resolution card last night. And strength. You need to have strength in the fact that God is in charge. Underneath the strength card is ghost, so something in the past. Wow. It literally says the card underneath this, well, under our strength card, it says ghost from the past has been paying a visit, something unresolved. And remember, bottom of the deck card is God is in charge, but also the card underneath that is the situation is already resolved. Okay, so if there is something or a situation coming from the past, Spirit wants you to know that it is already resolved. But it says something unresolved or repressed, a person or situation from the past. Pay attention to emotions that come up. What is it here to teach you? Okay, so something is from the past that may be unresolved. Spirit wants you to know whatever it is, you've already learned from it. Okay. The first set of cards out, we have you created the situation and you have the power to change it. And I feel like you are tapping into your God self, that co-creator energy, tapping into your strength, and you have resolved this situation. It's out here with mirror reflection. The mirror reflection card says fears and challenges are behind you. Enlightened being. And the funny thing is, next card that came out is the card of enlightenment. So Spirit wants you to know that you are an enlightened being. Okay, you the past messages that we did recently. Forget my hair. It just whatever. Spoke about how you're no longer becoming. You have become. You are him. You are her. Okay, in Spirit, you need to see that when you look in the mirror. Okay, it's wow. Okay. On this mirror reflection card, it also says seeing self. Wow. Beautiful, the beautiful and ugly parts of you. And it's funny, one of the cards that came out here is self-respect. And it says, dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me. And this is what Spirit wants you to see when you look in the mirror. See yourself as that God, as God and the angels see you. Okay? Know that God is in charge. The self-respect card came out with alone time and magic. Right? So in your alone time, in your stillness is where you have built up a lot of magic, for yourself that, helped you to come into becoming. No, you've become. You're no longer becoming. Okay, you've become. But this card here, like I said, seeing self, the beautiful and the ugly. It says gift of enlightened, facing deepest fears, and desperation allows purging addiction. It allows you to purge your addiction to polarity and integrate your fears and awaken. And it's so funny that this card, speaking about facing your deepest fears, what do we have? Primal fear. What is it? What does the primal fear card speak about? Confronting your deepest fears. And it says, walk in the unknown. Walk into the unknown and face what you most fear. That came out with make a commitment in peace. So I feel like in this energy, in this, we have become energy. We have found peace, or we will find peace. We are finding peace in confronting our deepest fears. Okay. But it says confront and heal fears to evolve. Success, you're going to have, there's success in the process. And it says made the shift, like you've already made the shift. You have become, you're not becoming. You've made the shift from becoming and have become. And it's so funny, one of these cards really spoke to that beautifully. It's like you're not, or where is it? Connected. You haven't awakened. Oh, yo, the enlightenment card. Moving from fear to awakening. Okay? You've made the shift. You've moved from fear to awakening. So people that's, they still trying the banana in the tailpipe as shit that worked on you before. It's not working anymore. Right? You have tapped into the sweetness of energy work, which are the cards that came out to support enlightenment. So in your enlightenment, you are embracing all. One of the previous reads spoke about limitless. You need to tap into limitlessness. Those are the thoughts that you need to have of yourself when you look in the mirror. Those are the thoughts that the gods and the angels have about you, right? Remember, it says, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. A speak up card came out in the last read as well. So we're speaking up for ourselves. We're not afraid of a long time. Okay. Sitting in the stillness that came up in the previous reads as well. Stillness, meditation, using yoga to connect to your true consciousness, to consciousness of self, of your body, connecting with your body. So maybe today is the day you need to do some yoga. It says, do not ignore the call to stillness. Okay, so there may be some of these ghosts of the past coming up, trying to get your attention, but maybe you just need to focus on your alone time and stillness right now. I didn't tell you, but abundance came out in the group of cards that included mirror reflection. And you've created this situation and you have the power to change it. Let's go ahead and read the message that is on here. It says, thank you for letting me lean on your strength and reminding me of my personal power. Please guide me to manifest and heal according to divine will, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved. Okay. So you are healing the way you look in the mirror and see yourself, right? You're facing your deepest fears, the parts of you that you've tried to hide, the ugly, you're seeing yourself fully, and it is bringing you the gift of enlightenment, moving from fear to awakening. It hasn't been an easy one. Just like the card says here, it's not an easy one, but it says embrace the emotion, but you're not attached to it. You rise above. You embrace the emotion, but you're not attached to it. That also came out in the previous reading, a detached clarity, not tainted by emotionalism. Literally, it's the card that came out. And I feel like that is what you're getting in regards to maybe a twin flame situation, or what you thought was a twin flame situation. You're possibly being able to just not even focus on that. But you're savoring the sweetness of the moment. Remember, the sweetness card came out with enlightenment, also with energy healing work. I feel like you're going to be able to tap into the sweetness of life as you have gained this beautiful enlightenment energy. You're now magnetizing to you. This came out in the previous read, in one of the recent reads. We're no longer chasing, but we're choosing, right? Choosing what we want to magnetize to us. And I feel like you're going to be magnetizing more people with this energy healing work energy about them. Let's read the message here. It says, thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me. So you are powerful in regards to Reiki. That came up in one of the reads as well, which is energy work. And that's possibly where, because I did see an unexpected joy and an opportunity will come. There's going to be, I feel like you're going to be leading the industry in some way, shape, form, or fashion in regards to energy healing work. Hell, and I truly do feel energy healing work could be done through the voice, so through music, through singing, through playing an instrument, through art, painting, and just even the small things. The sweetness card says, savor sweet moments and remember them when things get rough. The small things are the sweetest, but easily go unnoticed. Right? The small things are the sweetest and easily go unnoticed. And that, that could have something to do with, just you and the way in your life, like it says, you've been in this energy of moving from fear to awakening, and it's not an easy one. And it seems small, but all of the work you've been doing is possibly has been going unnoticed. But I feel like you're going to be connecting to more people with this energy work, because as we continue to read this, it says, again, let's start from the beginning. Thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me for my own blessings and for all those around me. Even this card spoke about, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved, not only yourself, but everyone involved and around you. So whether that means, you are the person that is setting in motion people's karma coming onto them, because we know karma only comes so that you can handle it, clear it, and begin your healing process. So, you may be the catalyst for karma coming for some people, but at the same time, you are that enlightenment that can help them to heal. But it says, thank you for connecting me to loving and high integrity healers and teachers of healing modalities. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be connected to more healers and teachers to help you even grow deeper in your energy healing work. Or you may be guided towards people for you to teach this to, So bottom of the deck, we do have alienness. So you, like I said, you may have been feeling alone, but again, we're facing our deepest fears. We're moving from fear to awakening. And I feel like we realize that our alone time is what helped us to create this beautiful self-respect, but also respecting our magic. In that alone time, we tested our magic. We, refined it and fine-tuned our magic. Underneath alienness, we have equal value philosophy. Wow, and underneath that is alchemy. So, in one of the previous recent reads, the card came out of, oneness. There is no hierarchy. And I feel like this equal value philosophy kind of speaks to that. Literally, first thing on here is all things are equal. No greed or competition. This is the energy that we want to shift humanity in, and that we're wanting to shift the world in. There's no greed, competition, no consumer-driven structure, as capitalism is destroying the earth. I just saw a video of a cruise ship dumping tons of waste into the ocean. I think they dump it 3 miles off the shore. And so if it's just 3 miles off the shore, if people who are just chilling out on the beach, they're gonna get feces water. That's what you're swimming in. Like, It's so sick, the greed and the competition and the consumer driven things that people do just for money. It's time to wipe these people off of the face of the earth. It's not, there's so much unnecessary shit. And I just don't understand it. I was just watching a video of this girl. She was talking and making a big deal about this guy who threw seafood into the ocean, and people was like, why are you throwing seafood into the ocean? Because that just throws off the ecosystem or whatever. And I'm like, do you not know there's a huge landmass of trash just floating in the middle of the ocean? And then I come and see the cruise ship dumping all of the feces into the ocean, but these people want to go all up in arms about a man throwing seafood into the ocean. It's like, the priorities, if you're going to be mad about some shit, be mad at, like. And so it was the video of the man, he I guess there were people on the live, and he was like, man, fuck y'all, making a big deal out of it. But ain't nobody making no big deal about these cruise ships and the big landmass. And so, like, we're picking on individual humans on the smallest things, but allowing, when the cruise ships and shit like that happens, I doubt if those people go to that website and say anything to them. That's where the energy, all that needs to be focused. But I digress big time in a way. I don't even know what all that was about. But at the same time, with all things equal, maybe that was a checking myself. Him throwing that little thing, I don't see how that's equal as to tons of feces, but I guess we got to start somewhere, and hopefully, now I can see if them jumping on him snowballs into us getting rallied against these big corporations and these cruise ships and all of this shit. Like, I have no idea how it's going to happen, but shit has to change, and we need to be more mindful of Mother Earth. I feel like there's this capitalism, the greed. They want us to destroy Mother Earth, and then they're just going to go off and live in underground or live in the cosmos, or go, maybe they have already found a planet that's livable, but they want us to destroy Earth first. They want to drain it and milk it for everything it has and leave it desolate before they leave and go destroy another planet. But hopefully our alien family is coming in to help save us and get these parasites off Earth, off off other planets. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, this alienist card says it's state of consciousness. It says embrace uniqueness. Celebrate it. Celebrate your uniqueness. Celebrate your weirdness. And some people can see you facing your fears as being weird, because most people want to just conform, but you're a different breed, It says embrace all parts of self, which is also what this mirror reflection card was speaking about. It says sense of alienness that keeps you from connecting to life on Earth. It says don't fear or be ashamed. And so your alienness, Spirit wants you to know that you may feel like you're so different from so many other people, but there's equal value philosophy. There's everything. There's so many people that embrace that, feel different as well. It says beyond human structures of worth, the equal value philosophy. It says what our beliefs What are your beliefs about lack and your self-worth, and your abilities to give and receive? So I guess that answers my question on we need to have that same fervor, for even the small things that we do have, that we have for the big things. So I guess I can look at it in that way. And I really didn't have a problem with them speaking what they had to say about old dude and him throwing his little seafood into the sea and throwing things off. But I guess I wanted them to also explain that, let's bring this to the forefront, but we also really need to go against the big, corporations that are doing the things and finding more sustainable and eco-sensitive ways to take care of the tons and tons and billions of pounds of shit and piss and feces that is just poured into the sea from these cruise ships. Like, trying to going on, do we even need all that at the end of the day? Do we even need all that? But remember, we did have the alchemy card that showed up as well. And so this could just be part of our long-term goals, in facing those things. But it says pristine consciousness, non-polarized thoughts. So we're integrating. It says propels others into the process of integration, integrating the beautiful and the ugly, and allowing it to become that equal value, allowing it to become one, not being so polarized, pretty much. Unexpected shift in life circumstances, harnessing the alchemical processes to shift the trajectory to awakening. Remember, we're moving from fear to awakening. We're doing the inner work to see self clearly with the mirror reflection here. Self-defeating patterns, we're releasing that, and we're freeing ourselves from limitation and illusion. Freeing ourselves from limitation and illusion. Embracing limitlessness, of our alienness, or what the things that we may feel is makes us different from other people. That we fear that our alienness keeps us from connecting to life and other people, but learning to embrace that, making a commitment to face that, our most deepest fears, and finding peace in that. The Make a Commitment card says, Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience, even embracing your own uniqueness and alienness that other people may have. Embrace it yourself and don't allow that to keep you from connecting to people. You may feel like it keeps you from people, but it's actually what is going to endure you to many people, as they see you embracing your uniqueness and respecting your own uniqueness and your alone time, your stillness, but also balancing it out with interaction as well. That's where the magic lies. So Spirit wants you to know that you have some people working with you, using spell work with good intentions to help you. There also may be some people around you that's spying on you, trying to pry into your personal life. There could be someone trying to bind you with a love binding spell, as we do have these cards here that came out in competition. But again, you are unique, so there's no competition, right? You're not in seek of someone else's validation. You value your alone time. So you don't have anything to worry about in regards to people trying to love bind you to them, or worry about them spying on you. That may be some of the things that you feared in putting yourself out there, but you're about to tap into the sweetness of life. Yes, we have all of that BS going on in the background, but that just brings us back to the God is in charge card, and then the strength card. And remember, underneath that, the situation is already resolved. The ghost from the past could be all of this, you know, fear of maybe slavery coming back with this post I just saw about how all of this money has been freed up, and now the administrative, the powers that were, are putting out the bird call to, for people, if you want to get rid of your student loans, you're gonna, there's a $50,000 sign-on bonus to become a part of ICE, right? And I just feel like ICE is just the new moniker for KKK. Okay, yes, they initially started with immigrants, but who says they're not going to start? They're not going to begin to use that same mentality on citizens. It's just a matter of time. But we have to remember that God is in charge. Remember that, you know, there's much strength there. And this goes from the past of the KKK being, you know, reimagined and or whatever. Spirit wants you to know that that situation is already resolved. Don't allow that to distract you from the magic that you are experiencing right now, the life that you're creating right now. Make a commitment again to confront that deepest fear, and one of those, and to find peace in that, knowing that God is in control and that everything is all right, things are being resolved. Confront that fear, and continue to walk into the unknown and face what you fear most. You know, there's abundance in this, and you have the power as to how you perceive things. And as a, you know, light worker, I was going to say chosen, but we have to hold space, right? We have to hold space. And so there's external forces that want you to fear, you know, people spying, want you to fear, you know, love, people trying to bind you in love, but that's no longer a concern. We are no longer becoming, we have become. The energy has shifted. We are in it, we are in the energy of enlightenment. So again, we're embracing the all, the equal value, again, philosophy of, you know, it's all one. Just as bad as things are looking is as good as things are as well. And we're, as humanity, I feel like we're learning to integrate that. And perhaps there is help from the cosmos coming in that's going to help us to, you know, balance things out. So continue to focus on the sweet moments. Remember to savor the sweet moments, like it says here, and remember them in the time when things get rough, and know that the small things are the sweetest, but they easily go unnoticed. So don't forget about looking for the small things. In energy work, it may seem like it's not powerful at all, because when I first saw the card, I thought about, okay, you know, I started to do my own energy work, and I'm like, man, this not really, it didn't feel as powerful enough. But I have to remember that those are the most powerful, and you just got to stick with it. So the work that you're doing, the things that you're doing, it may not seem like it's making a difference, but it's making a huge difference, whether you know it or not. And you just got to, again, make the commitment. And that may be one of the most primal fear, or the deepest fear, that everything that you've been doing hasn't been making a difference. But Spirit and God wants you to know that it is. And it has garnered you a lot of self-respect in the spiritual realm as well. Don't all that the long time. People may feel like, oh, you're just wasting time, but we know as chosen that in our stillness, that's where most of the work is done. And like I said, it just seemed like it's sweet and it's small, but it's bigger than you could ever imagine. The magic that happens in that stillness, in your meditation, in your consciousness. Okay, so don't ignore the call to stillness, and don't ignore the call to integrate it as well, and to balance that out with interaction. See yourself in abundance. Remember, the abundance card did come out with mirror reflection, and you've created the situation, and you have the power to change it. So remember, for the longest you may have seen yourself as someone that doesn't have confidence, because the confidence came out a lot, a few times in this read as well. I forget where, but I feel like you're building an abundance of confidence. Okay, you are purging your addiction to polarity of having to see things as just all bad or see things as all good, but you're learning to integrate them, right? Integrating fears and awakening. That's what the mirror reflection card speaks about. Literally, again, you're purging your addiction to polarity, and you're integrating your fears and awakening. You're confronting and healing your fears, and we are evolving. And there is success in the process, okay? And there's success in this process, and we are making that shift. We have to remember that God is in charge, and remember that the situation has already been resolved. When you remember that God is in charge, the situation has already been resolved, okay? The situation is already resolved. It says, I give any worries, cares, and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. With a primal fear, confronting the deepest fear, make a commitment to courage and confidence, and calling on Archangel Michael and God to lend us their strength, to allow ourselves to commit ourselves to our life, to ourselves and our divine purpose, and not get distracted by the polarization of certain things, and know that God is in charge, and all is resolved. Like it says here, I give any worries and cares and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this. And then it says, give details on the situation. And then thank you for resolving this in a divinely perfect way. So that concern with the trash and the feces and all of that, let's pray, give details of that situation. Thank you for healing, for resolving the matter of all of the feces and the pollution of our seas. Thank you for resolving this situation in a divinely perfect way. Know that God is in charge, and the situation is resolved. Okay? And just hand it over to the Most High. Stay in your strength. Yes, ghosts from the past, shit from the past is coming up, but it is teaching us. It may seem like it's unresolved, but it is teaching us to integrate, not to see things in a polarized way. So I feel like that is part of the main message here in this reading, is awakening to the integration. We've already made that shift, and so now it's about resting in that, being rooted in who we've become. And who we've become is someone that has the ability to integrate the polarization and to be truly be an awakened being, and seeing everything as one with the equal value philosophy, which I feel will help us to tap into our alchemy powers even more efficiently. Pristine consciousness. Tap into this pristine consciousness to enlightenment. I feel like that's pristine consciousness as well. Enlightenment. Okay. So we're embracing the emotion, but we're not attached to it. We rise above it. The Enlightenment card speaks of assistance in spiritual growth and continue. It says continue integration process in the midst of pain. We're continuing the integration process even in the midst of pain. It says pain is a sign of transformation and is powerful for personal growth. Enlightenment is about to be our natural state of being. So yes, we have pain when we see all that feces being dumped into the sea. Even when it's just a small bit of, there's pain, but that is a sign of transformation. And that is what I feel like this reading wants us to see as well. This pain is a sign of the transformation. And we're learning to embrace all in these people with the ice and all of that. It's just the polarized end of the spectrum. And they're living in the old earth. We're operating in the new earth. And in the new earth is where we understand we got the knowledge from the opposite end, the bad and the good, and we're integrating that. And that's what the new earth is compromised of the equal value philosophy and alchemy. Seeing it all as one, but, mixing it together and creating something beautiful from it. We're harnessing the alchemical processes to shift the trajectory to awakening. Doing the inner work to see ourselves clearly, to see the self-defeating patterns clearly, and to free ourselves from the limitation and the illusion. And that's what humanity is awakening to. Look at that. Look at that. Underneath that, we have reversal magic. And I feel like this is what is going to be sparked in a lot of people. Remember, God God is in charge, and the situation is resolved. Reversal magic says someone who has done magic work on you is now working to reverse the magic to right a wrong. God is in charge and wants us to know that reversal magic is what is happening right now. Remember, the light magic card came out too. Someone is using spell work with good intentions to help you. Okay? So again, tap into the energy of Archangel Michael. Know that you have beautiful magic within you. Embrace the stillness and meditation. That is where you really can cultivate this magic and hold space. And know that there's reversal magic happening on Anybody that's spying on you, that's trying to bind you in a love spell, or anyone that's doing that competition magic. So someone feels they need to compete against you. That is their motivation for the things that they do. Reversal magic is happening and falling upon the heads of all of these people and situations. So I'm just gonna leave that right there. I know this was all over the place. It is what it is. And it is what it is. Okay, it's chaotic like my hair right now. It's given. I don't know what's happening. I just came on. But I am embracing the beautiful and the ugly. Or what people may seem as ugly. And that's the reason why I don't put myself in like, oh, I have to be all done up every time I'm on camera, or anything that I post I got to be all done up, or everything has to be perfect. A fly may fly through, a bug may crawl. It's just life. It happens. It is what it is. I'm focusing on just the sweetness in life, the abundance in life, alchemizing shit with energy work, right? And continuing to help to hold space and really enjoy the abundance of magic that is about to come in. The abundance of magic, peace, and sweetness that is coming in, even in the face of all this pain. Because that's what enlightenment is. Being able to embrace the beautiful and the ugly. Right? Seeing the pain, but knowing that it is just a sign of transformation, and that things will shift and balance itself out. Not worried about any others. Not worried about competition. Not worried about someone trying to bind, doing a love bind work and soul tie. Not worried about any of that, or someone spying, trying to pry. All of that, whatever anyone try to come against you with, there's a reversal magic aura around you. So whatever they try to throw your way, it's going to be reversed onto them. So just walk in your strength, walk in your power. You are him, you are her. Whatever goals, or like I said, what spoke about your, I think it was one of the Archangel Michael cards. Committing. Make a commitment and staying committed, no matter how, the pain that comes. Staying committed to yourself, your life, and your divine purpose. That's all you got to do. Is not give up. Stay committed. That's all you have to do in this fight, is stay committed. No matter how small, how big, stay committed. And speak up. Speak loudly. Don't allow anyone to bully you into being quiet anymore, and into silence. God is in control and is in charge and is in control, and the situation has been resolved, whether you know it or not. So let's get to this money. Okay? Let's start working this magic and exercising this peace. Well, how the scripture go? Peace beyond peace that encompasses all. I forget how the How the saying goes. Peace that surpasseth all understanding. Walking in that. Savoring the sweet moments to remember them when times get rough, and staying committed to ourselves, our life, and our divine purpose. Ashe. I'm going to read this self-respect card, and I guess we'll wrap it up. It says, Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships so that I am surrounded by loving and kind people. And remember, Spirit is calling into you more people and connecting you with people that are loving and are of high integrity, healings and teachers of energy healing modalities. You're being connected to high integrity healers and teachers that's going to help you to even grow stronger on your journey in your life to yourself and in your divine purpose. So yeah. All right. That's it. Hope that helped in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I love you all. And until next time, peace.